I owe you a fishing trip, don't I? All right, let's go fishing. There's going to be some changes around this channel, but we can talk about it on the way. Hop in and let's go. Oh, you're going to need a hat. I'll let you borrow this one. This one's really special. It used to belong to a very close friend of mine. Normally, I don't let anyone use it, but this one time I'll let you use it. All right, let's go fishing. Over the past 10 months or so, or however long I've been making these kind of videos, I've been trying to tell people something. I've been trying to explain to people I am not a YouTuber, but people only just laughed and thought it was a joke and said, no, haha, you are a YouTuber. And then people would get angry at me when I would conduct this channel in a way that they would not expect. People think that's not how a YouTuber would do this, and it would upset them. Something that I have explained multiple times in my videos is that I really dislike attention. I don't like being treated like I'm special. I'm not important, and I don't like being treated like I am important or that I'm better than anyone else, and I really dislike that. And when I made videos about industry topics, and you know, we all know what happened with Concord and Dragon Age and all that, and I did speeches, people called me the President of Gaming and Mr. President, and to be honest with you, that made me very uncomfortable. I even asked people directly, you know, you don't have to call me that, please just call me Jarrell. Because that is not how I feel. It's like people are saying I'm better than other people, and that really made me uncomfortable. The videos where I got a lot of views made me very uncomfortable, and I just did not like when my videos got a lot of views. I just wanted to make fun videos that got some views, that I can share some laughs and some positive vibes with people. As my subscriber count climbed higher and higher and higher, it made me very uncomfortable, and I knew I was planning for months on what the off-ramp would be. And you might be wondering, why would someone want to lose subscribers? Why would someone want their videos to do worse? I have been trying to tell you guys for 10 months or so, I am not a YouTuber. I do not care about the subscriber count. I do not care about the views. To be a YouTuber, you have to care about those things. You have to work towards your subscriber count, getting high views. Those are not things that I care about, and getting high numbers like that made me uncomfortable. We all know that I cover topics like Concord, Dragon Age, and Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows. I did not enjoy doing those videos at all. I'm going to be honest with you, those videos made me very uncomfortable. I was miserable doing those videos. They are negative. I don't like saying negative things about people. And the reason why I started doing those videos is because the games industry was treating gamers like shit. It came to a head with Concord when the developers were openly insulting gamers, and Sony did nothing to disavow that behavior. Sony endorsed the behavior of its Concord developers, insulting gamers, talking down to gamers, making it seem like gamers don't matter and that they're stupid. And I disliked that very much. And so that is why I started making videos. That is why I started doing the speech videos regularly, was to fight on behalf of gamers, to make sure that gamers' voices could be heard, and that there was someone to fight for gamers against industry malpractice. When that happened, I made it my objective to address those issues, not just to talk about it, not to get attention for myself, because doing those videos was very uncomfortable for me, because I do not like attention. I do not like negativity, but I chose to do it because there was no one fighting for gamers. There was no one fighting to help keep the games industry on a positive track. The industry was veering more and more towards hiring malpractices, towards discrimination when it came to hiring people. People were reaching out to me and telling me they felt like they were kicked out of their game development courses because they weren't diverse enough. And so that is why I created those videos. But they were uncomfortable for me. I knew that I was only going to be doing those videos for a short time until I could see that the video games industry had been nudged back in the right direction. But I knew that there was going to have to be a price that I would have to pay personally, because the videos that I created attracted negativity. There are people online who do not actually care about a conversation or dialogue. They don't care about listening and understanding. They only care about hatred and anger. And I am not saying that everyone is like that, because the majority of people out there do listen, they do care, but there are still a lot of people out there that don't care. They don't care about the facts. They just want to spread hatred and anger, and they want to spread their misery onto other people. And I knew that I was attracting those people to my channel with my videos. I knew that at some point I would need to take an off-ramp and no longer create these videos. And when that day came, I was going to be the target of harassment and attack. And so I kept, every time I created another speech video, every time I created another video talking negatively about something in the industry, I just kept thinking, every time I do this, what I have to pay later on is going to be more. I'm going to have to pay more for this. And that is my choice. That's my decision. So I have to put up with people spreading lies about me. I have to put up with people being angry and insulting me, because that is my choice. It is what was required of me in order to do the work that I set out to do. And what I set out to do was fight for gamers and to guide the industry away from malpractice, from discrimination, and towards honesty and integrity. I've taken the off-ramp now. I will just have to accept that there will be people that will harass and attack and insult me and spread lies about me. That's just how it is. We all know what the internet is like. But I will still continue to fight for gamers. It's not going to be on this YouTube channel. It'll be in other ways, but I'll be working in a more hands-on and direct way to make sure that gamers' voices are heard in the industry, to make sure that when there are industry malpractices, there is someone who will speak up against it. But it's not going to be here on this YouTube channel. I was originally willing to just cannibalize my brand and this channel here. I mean, the channel was just for hanging out with people and having fun and sharing my projects. And I was willing to cannibalize that in order to do what was necessary to nudge the games industry back in a better direction. But the more videos that I created, the more I heard from people who said that my channel brought them positivity, that, you know, we all go through points in our lives where things are really difficult and it feels like there's nothing good for us. It feels like everything is bad, everything is rough. It feels like there's no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And I've lost count of the people that have told me that my videos just really gave them something positive to look forward to. And that, I really connected with that. And that is why, you know, if you look at my channel, the vast majority of my videos are just positive. They're just funny skits and gags and jokes, because that's what I want this channel to be. I want it to be something positive for people to look forward to. I want to create a space where people can hang out and have fun and feel comfortable and not have to worry about people forcing hatred and negativity onto them. This does not mean that I don't want to hear from people who disagree. That has never been my message. What has been consistent on this channel is it is okay for us to disagree. It is okay for us to believe in different things. We do not have to be enemies just because we believe in different things. We can talk about it, we can discuss it, and we can still respect each other. We can still see eye to eye. A lot of my friends dislike the games and the movies and the media that I like. There's stuff that I really love, and my friends will say that's the worst thing ever. How could you possibly like that? But we're still friends. We can joke about it, we can make fun of each other, and we can still have a laugh and be friends and enjoy talking about this stuff. It doesn't mean that people are enemies just because they believe in different things. But there are people out there on the internet who don't care. They don't care about the actual things they're talking about. They just want to validate their hatred and their misery by forcing it onto other people. And so that is what I am working towards, trying to move away from this channel. My priority now is to make this channel just a cool place, a fun place to hang out, to give people something positive. That is my priority with this channel, and I will do whatever it takes to give you guys something positive, to give you guys a cool place to hang out and have fun. If the price I have to pay means that there's going to be people on the internet that lie about me, that spread lies, that attack me, that insult me, then that's the price I have to pay. That is the off-ramp that I have chosen because it was the one that seemed to be the most efficient and would have the least negative repercussions. And so that is why over the past few weeks I have made myself the target of that kind of hatred and negativity, because it was the most viable solution. And that's just how it is. In life, you take the positives with the negatives, the good with the bad, and you focus on moving forward. There is a strategy in playing pool. I love going to bars and saloons and just playing pool and meeting strangers and turning them into friends and hanging out and playing pool. But there is a strategy with pool, and that is sometimes you make it look like you've missed a shot. You make it look like you've messed up and screwed yourself over because you leave the ball in a position that is advantageous to you and disadvantageous to your opponent. It's important to take that philosophy if you are doing industry work and apply that philosophy, because when you work in professional level at industry with people who are quite vicious and brutal, sometimes you need to take a shot that looks like you've missed, but really what you've done is left the ball in a place that is advantageous for you and disadvantageous for your opponent. I will be doing significantly more work in the games industry to make sure that gamers' voices are heard, to make sure that the industry does not veer towards discrimination and malpractice. And I'm gonna be honest, it kinda sucks, you know? That work is a bummer. I don't want to do that work, but there is some degree of responsibility because I am able to do that work. I have the experience and the skills to do that work, and there are not enough people working in the games industry to fight for what is right, to fight for gamers. So I'm going to keep doing that. I will fight for gamers, even if there's a bunch of people out there attacking me and insulting me and spreading lies. That's just how it is. That's the off-ramp that I've chosen, and that's okay. Thanks for joining me on the journey. It's been fun so far, and it's only going to get more fun. This channel will focus on adventures, fun, comedy, education, basically what it has been over the past 5 months or so. The only thing that's going to change is I will not be addressing topics the way that I did with Concord, Dragon Age, The Veil Guard, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I will not be addressing topics like that anymore. I will still be offering critique for games from an educational standpoint, and the objectives for those videos will be purely educational and informational. There will be no other objectives with those videos. With the help from a lot of people around the world, I was able to accomplish the objectives that I set out to do with the games industry. With taking a stand for gamers, I accomplished that. And I've basically reached the limit of what I can achieve with this YouTube channel, working towards those goals. So I will be taking a different approach when it comes to working in the industry. I just want to genuinely thank you for joining me, for being here. I will make sure I take good care of this channel. I'll take good care of this community for you, whatever it takes. Thanks for joining me. All right, I'll see you around.